Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today we're doing a chair yoga, a gentle yoga. Some of it will be sitting on the chair, some will be standing behind the chair. Our theme today is the kidneys. So we'll be tracing that meridian and doing some exercises from qigong that are particularly thought to bring balance and energy to the kidney area. So join me on a chair that you can feel comfortable on, coming forward a bit on the chair. So I'm coming up so that my hips are a little bit forward on the chair, but still well supported by the chair. Let's start by bringing our hands back behind our waist, or just fingers, whatever reaches back there. Or if nothing reaches back there, just bring your focus back there. Massaging with your focus or your fingers or your hands behind the waist. And this is the area of the kidneys. Warming that area. Then coming around the hips, down around behind the thighs, over the knees and up the inner thighs. Back to the kidneys, warming once again. Coming down the backs of the thighs and up the inner thighs. So these inner thighs are part of the kidney meridian. We'll do that once more, warming the kidneys back behind the waist, coming down around the hips, under the thighs, which is actually the bladder meridian, and then the kidney meridian coming up the inner thighs, and one last time back to the kidneys. So the whole kidney meridian actually starts in the soles of the feet. If it's available to you to bring your foot up over and in some manner rub in the middle of your foot, middle bottom of your foot, just rubbing there at the beginning of the kidney meridian. Then that meridian comes back towards the heel and up over onto the inner ankle, up the inner calf, inner knee, inner thigh. Keep your leg up or down, either one. And then it comes up beside the groin and up beside the midline, all the way up beside the midline of the body, up to the collarbone, ending up there. Let's come down the meridian once, down the side of the midline, beside the groin, using your hands however is comfortable along inner thigh, inner calf, coming to the inner ankle, and the bottom of the foot from the heel up to the middle of the foot. I'm just rubbing there. We'll do that once more. Coming up, heel, inner ankle, inner calf, inner thigh, inner groin, up along the midline on the side to the collarbone, the middle side collarbone there. Just pause for a moment and feel the aliveness of that meridian. Then coming to the other foot, rubbing in the middle of the foot, alive to any tingling there. Coming up to the heel, tracing onto the inner ankle, up the inner calf, inner thigh, inner groin, up beside the midline of the body, up to the collarbone. Coming back down, beside the groin, inner thigh, inner knee, inner calf, to inner ankle, and across the bottom of the foot to the center. and rubbing there a moment. Let's do that once more. Up to the heel, inner ankle, up the inner seams of the legs, beside the groin, up the midline to the side, just to the side of the midline, and up to the collarbone. Tracing once more back down. Coming finally to the ankle, the bottom of the foot, coming up to the middle, bottom of the foot, and rubbing there. Bring both feet down to the ground. Feet are wide, and I'm a little forward on my chair. Hands come out as if they are holding platters. You can imagine whatever you would like to be on your platter. Maybe it's a ball of light. Maybe it is a bowl of water. Maybe it's a delicious meal. And we're going to turn from side to side. Just a slight twist from side to side. These are some exercises from qigong that are supposed to stimulate and balance the kidney meridian. I mean, you can feel this, any twisting gently in the waist, such as we're doing right now, stimulates that kidney area. The kidney area is connected to our primordial energy. It's the center of our postnatal essence, according to the Chinese medical system. And one more time to one side and back through middle. Now bring those arms, the same position, hands go down around one thigh, slightly body comes forward as you push down around the thigh and come back to the open position. Back and forth, pushing down beside each thigh and coming up. The kidney, not surprisingly, has to do with the element of water. This gently flowing or raging substance that we live with in our earth that gives us our life. And the kidney takes in the liquid of the body and removes the toxins. One more time, open and around the thigh. And bringing hands to legs, bring the knees parallel with each other. And we'll lift one leg up from knee through foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then the other leg. Let's just keep our focus on our breath as we do this one. Just going as fast or slow as works for you. Come back just a little bit in your chair, reach your foot out, and the heel can stay on the floor. I'm lifting mine, or lift it either way, and turn the ankle. So the heel can be on the floor, turning the ankle, or it can be lifted up, turning the ankle. As we do these turns, let your breath coming around the opposite direction with the foot, let your breath be soft and even. Letting the turn of the foot calm your breath. Bring that foot back. Other heel comes forward, or perhaps you lift that leg up and turn. Let the gaze be soft, and the breath calm and even. Letting it flow smoothly In and out, nose, throat, and lungs. And then ankle in the opposite direction. One more breath. And bring it down. Slide feet a little forward of the area just below the knees. So feet are a little forward on the floor. Let your hands slide down and just come down as far as works for you, letting the hands carry some of your weight forward. So a kind of forward fold here. Let the chest come forward towards the horizon. Three, two, and one. Coming up through center, we're going to build some energy. It's called pulling prana. So we reach our fists out in front of us. As elbows come back behind the body, the fists turn up. And we inhale forward and exhale with a ha back. Ha. 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 Two more. Ha. Ha. And come down. Let's come to our breath for a moment. Imagine that meridian that we traced up from foot to inner seam of leg and up the midline of the body. Visualize your breath coming up from earth through the bottom of the foot, up the inner legs, groin, up the midline of the body to the collarbone. And as you exhale, descending down along that same line through the inner seams of the legs, out the bottom of the feet into the earth. Long inhales and exhales as you trace that kidney meridian. One more breath. And let the long breath go. Come back to your regular breathing. Let the ear come down towards one shoulder. This is not a large opening of the side of the neck. Just leaning the head to one side, coming up through middle, within your range of motion, coming over to the other side, feeling length on the long side of the neck. Relaxing shoulders down, come up through middle, over to the other side. Slight lift from sits bones up through the top of the spine. Nice soft looseness through the neck. Last time, over to the side, coming up through middle. Bring the chin down towards the chest, draw a necklace across the chest. Slowly hearing any cricks and cracks in your neck, perhaps feeling some stretch in the middle of the upper back. And then bringing the chin up towards the shoulder on each side. Making anything we do as gentle or as energetic as you would like. And come back through center and lift eyes up to the horizon. Let arms come along the side. Bring the shoulders up to the ears for 3, 2, and 1, and then gently let shoulders come down. Feel the shoulder blades surrendering down towards the waist in the back. Inhale up. And gently let the muscles relax down. One last time. Inhale up and let it all go. Shoulders come up to the ears, then back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let shoulder blades come down. Shoulders come forward. Shoulder blades come apart, up to the ears and round. Let the breath inhale up to ears and exhale down the shoulder blades. And come back through neutral. Inhale as one arm reaches forward, up and back, finding just the right amount of turn in the neck and turn in the arm for your shoulders, your neck. Breathing up and exhaling as the hand comes down. One last time. Come back through middle. Other arm lifts up. Inhale up, reach back just as far as the shoulder can bear, respecting all the experience that that shoulder has had in your life. And come back through center. Reach arms out in front of you, then open hands out to the side. Come forward, bring the backs of hands together, chin towards the chest. Inhale, open through the chest and the arms. Exhale, open through the upper back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And one last time. Let the arms come out once again. Reach out. Feel the elbows reaching out towards wrists, wrists towards the ends of the fingers. Then we're going to turn from the waist up. Gaze, shoulders, arms remain still. The twist is just through the lower ribs and the waist area. Coming round. Most of our ability to twist in the back, the spine, is in the thoracic spine, the mid spine. And that is only about 36 degrees. So respecting the range of motion that's available to your body. And coming back after this last side to middle. Let the arms rest down for a moment. Bring one hand to the side of the chair, holding on to the side of the chair. Other arm reaches up and over, soft in the elbow, soft in the wrist, as you drape that arm over the top and bring it down. Bring it up and over, draping over, opening through side ribs. Imagine that there is a little bit of space that opens between each of those ribs. One more time to each side. This motion that is so possible for us, but that in our daily life, we really don't use very much. So yoga is a good time to open up our lateral connective tissue on the sides of our bodies. Come forward a little bit on your chair. So hips are on the edges of the chair. Hands are on the thighs just above the hips. And we're going to open up, so I'm coming forward with my lower ribs and then back in a cat-cow, opening through the front of the spine, bringing your attention to that waist area, the kidney area in the back of the waist as it opens and closes, feeling that stimulation in that area. And one more time. Come back through middle. Bring your hands so that your fingers are down on your sacrum. Become long through your tailbone and long through the back of your neck, lifting up through the crown. Then we're going to open from pelvis up through sternum. Elbows coming together just a bit, shoulder blades coming together a bit, or a slight back bend. Then we're going to bring arms forward, cross them, and up and around. Hands come back onto sacrum once again, opening long in the back, opening in the front, and crossing arms and fountaining up. And one last time. Slight back bend, lifting up as you do so, and crossing arms and coming up and around. Bring one foot a little farther out than the other. So my one foot is coming forward a bit. I'm lifting arms up and then crossing them as they come down over my thigh or over the front of the shin. Open up, arms separate, slight opening, gaze might go up just a little bit. Cross maybe in the opposite direction and come down. Imagining that you're opening up to the sky and then going down to touch the sea. Open up to sky, inhale, exhale, touching the sea. And come up through center. Bring that foot back, other foot comes forward, just a little bit. Arms rise up, gaze might follow. Cross arms or wrists as you come down. Lift up. Cross, perhaps in the opposite direction, come forward. Open up to whatever the sky is giving you today. Reach down to that imaginary sea or stream or lake, celebrating our place between sky and water. And come up through middle. We're going to lift alternate arm and leg. So one leg will lift and the other arm comes out to the side. Other leg lifts. It might just be from the knee to the ankle, or it might be the whole leg. Make that judgment for yourself. Back and forth. And the speed can be whatever you would like. You might want to speed this up, or you might want to slow it down. You can always hold onto the chair on the other side. Give you a little bit more solidity to your torso. We'll do one more time on each side. Now coming back through center, we're going to do same leg and same arm. So on the same side, and this time we'll lift the arm forward and the leg can stretch out, and I'm just stretching my leg out, lifting from the knee up and stretching out, pausing a moment and coming back down. Again, you can hold on to the chair if you want a little bit more solidity and stability. So this is in part just a way to open the back of the leg, open the back of the calf, give it a little stretch because you're flexing your ankle. And come back up. 2 more times. Stretching forward through fingers as well as through heel. And then we'll come to the other side. Stretch forth through the fingers, through the heel. Pause for a moment and come back down. So again, your own rhythm for this is fine. Always letting the yoga serve you, finding what's right for your body. The farther we go through life, the more we learn about our bodies. Ever changing. 2 more times. Then bring your hands together. Palms are tight together. Let's push from the elbows in through the heels and balls of our hands. Pushing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then hook the fingers together and pull for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn the hands so they are in the opposite direction and pull once again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring palms together and push. And let's do a long breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, perhaps in tracing the inner seams of the legs, up the midline of the body. Then hooking the fingers together, pulling. 2 breaths. Hook the hands the other direction and pull as gently or powerfully as you would like. And bring the hands down. Let the sits bones and a little bit of the thighs be on the chair. Hold on to the chair on the sides. Stretch the legs out. Bring one leg up over the other and then the other up over the other. If you can get your balance with the chair and raise both legs, you can do a kind of scissors out in front, but you have to make sure you have your balance. So if that doesn't come easily to you, just lifting a leg and bringing it across a little bit also works for this. So either way, playing around, seeing what you can do here. One foot might slide over the floor as the other one lifts and becomes a little diagonal, finding what is possible. We can do a lot in chair yoga. We just have to find a way to do it. And then coming to stillness, coming forward a little bit. So sits bones are on the towards the edge of the chair. I'm just about like this on the edge of the chair. Take the opposite elbow in the hand and bring that hand over the shoulder, getting some stretch here through the upper arm and shoulder, taking a breath. And then doing the other side. One more time on each side. Nice long breath. Bring the hands down to middle. And we're going to bring our arms out like wings. So gently, gracefully, like a beautiful crane or whichever bird you would choose, flapping your wings gently through the breeze. Then coming to stillness with the wings, raise a leg up, point the toes and bring it down. Raise other leg up, point toes and bring it down. Fly a little bit more. Coming to a pause. Arms are soft. Knee comes up, point toe. Perhaps you're doing your mating dance. flapping your beautiful plumage. And one more time, pointing your toes, lifting your knee, and coming back down. Bring the hands down. Let's turn in the chair, and we're going to do a twist here. So hand comes to opposite side of the thigh, other hand comes back to hold the seat of the chair. So already you're in a twist here, and this might be enough of a twist. Let your sits bones settle down in, lift up through your crown. Most of the twist, if you want to do any more, will be through waist and up through the middle back. And then the neck has about 90 degrees, potentially 90 degrees of twist in it. So taking whatever is there for you and holding. Let's take 2 breaths here. Release that twist, come back through center, lift the arms up and bring them down. Come over to the other side. Hand comes to opposite thigh, other hand back behind to the chair. Make your spine long. Let the breath center you from the base of the spine up through the top of the spine. Breathing into the spiraling of the spine. And come back through center. Now we're going to stand and come up to the back of the chair. So I'll back my chair up a little bit. Maybe I'll put it like this. That might be the best way for you to see me. I think I'll bring it. All right. So we're going to come to the side of our chair. Hand is on the chair if you need that support. If you don't need the support, that's fine. We're going to bring our weight into this foundation leg near the chair. We're going to lift up the knee, hand is on the waist. Then open the knee slightly and bring it down. Or the toe might stay on the earth and the knee might turn around. So toe might just take a little pirouette there, or you might be lifting up the knee and bringing it round. If you want a little more challenge, let the hand with palm down be just above the knee, as if it's almost bringing it across and down. And you might lift that hand from the chair just a little bit if you've got your hand there. Playing around with the wobble and totter of the balance. And bring it down. Let's do that on the other side. Hand on chair, opposite leg is the foundation leg now. Hand on hip, raising up the knee, bringing it across and down, or staying on the toe and circling the knee. Hand might come palm down and follow that knee across and down and around. One more time. And come down. Now we're going to back up from the chair, backing up, feet firmly planted on the ground, just coming to where is comfortable for you, and gaze down to the mat, stretching back through the hips. To the extent you can bring your feet underneath your hips, that's fine. don't bring excess strain that causes problems. So if you want to be a little farther up and have a little bit more of a back bend, that works too. Now step forward and bring your weight forward. Your body is straighter and your weight is on your hands. Knees bend, come down with the hips, and then up and forward a bit. Bend the knees, come down in the back, come up and forward. One last time. Careful of knees, doing just what is right for your knees. And coming up. Now let's stand beside the chair, hand on the chair. We're going to bring our weight into this foundation leg, and the leg is going to lift slightly. And it might be just a very small lift. Arm might also come up a bit. Maybe you want more challenge and you want to bring things up a little bit more. For 2 and 1. Bring things together. Let's come into mountain pose. Hand can always stay on the chair if you would like, or arms are along the side. Feel the feet grounding down into the earth. Feel your roots going down into earth. Energy coming up through the arches of the foot, up the inner seams of the legs, up the midline to the collarbone, roof of mouth, the crown of the head. Feel yourself becoming a little longer here. Opening through your organs, breathing, the breath sweeping up through your body from feet up through the crown of the head and back down. Coming to the chair on the other side, giving yourself some support, or not, as you wish. Coming weight into that foundation leg, lifting the leg just a bit, might just be for a moment, or perhaps you want more challenge and you'll be lifting up more. Arm might join in. Three, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring our hands forward, coming down a bit. You can always hold on to the chair if you would like. Then we're going to lift up with arms, just a slight back bend, but really gaze stays forward, arms just come up. Then hands come back to the waist, back behind the waist, rubbing the kidneys back there. Again, one hand might be on the chair. Then coming down over the buttocks, down the backs of the legs. That's as far as is available to you. Coming across and up the insides of the legs. And if you only do this on the thighs, that's fine. Bringing the hands to the lower abdomen for a moment, pausing there. And then hands come to side. Hands come back behind, maybe with soft fists. You massage the kidney area there at the back of the waist. Hands come down over the buttocks. You can always use the chair. Hand can come just onto the back of the thigh and up the inner thigh, or farther down the calves and up the inner seams of the legs, adapting as you need to, pausing for a moment as hands come to the abdomen. Then coming forward, arms very loose. Arms lift up. Hands come to the back of the waist. maybe with soft fists or the backs of the fingers and hands, rubbing the back of the waist, and coming down across the buttocks, adapting as you need to, coming down the back of the leg, which is the bladder meridian, and coming up the inner sides of the legs, which is the kidney meridian, and pausing with fingers at either side of the groin. We'll do that one more time. Arms drip forward. Then they lift up gently. Come back behind the waist. Massage the kidneys. Slide down across the buttocks. Down backs of legs. Across and up inner legs. Coming up finally to center on the abdomen. Just standing here for a moment. Then keeping that chair beside you, I'll show this with a hand on the chair and with a hand off the chair. So depending on what works for you, if one hand is on chair, the other hand is going to be half of a moon, a half moon. And we're going to be looking through that light of the half moon and turning, hips turn a bit, ribs turn a bit, and then shoulders as we look back, gazing at the moon. Then come back through center. And if you have both hands, make a full moon, turning through hips, ribs, and shoulders, not too much, 50% of what you could do. Gaze through the moon for a moment and come back. Open to the other side, hips, ribs, shoulders. Back through center. Spiraling in the opposite direction. Taking a time to gaze at the moon. And back through center. One more time in each direction, pausing for a moment to gaze at your half moon or your full moon. Coming back through center, opening to the other side. And come back through center. Hands come down to the sides. One hand on the chair, feet come wide. Feet are slightly out to the corners of the room. Arm rises up, knees bend, and come over that thigh. And if it works for you to have both arms doing this, arms, maybe they won't come up the whole way, maybe they'll come up only part way. Feeling that viscous air as you come down and back across the thighs. So any part of this that you can do, opening up through the chest, through the shoulders, through hips, strengthening the legs, reaching up and coming back through center. Open up a leg. Bring hands forward. Hands rise up. Gaze follows. Backs of hands come together and down through midline. Again, using a chair if you would like to. Offering out. Lifting up. Bringing sunlight down through your body. One last time, opening forward, up, backs of fingers, perhaps backs of hands together, and let the hands rest down on the abdomen. Coming back to that primordial energy. Bring the hands back to the back of the waist, to that place of postnatal essence of energy. Breathing into the waist area, and particularly the kidneys. If it's available to you, bring both hands out to the sides, holding those platters again. Knees are soft. And perhaps you have a hand on the chair, it's fine too. And then coming into a slight twist, mainly through the waist and the mid-spine. The head turns with it from side to side, once more stimulating that kidney area around the waist. Synchronizing breath and movement. Feeling that flow of water purified throughout your body. And come back through the middle. Take a moment back in mountain, connecting down through earth, bringing that earth energy up the legs, the inner seams of the legs, the groin, into the kidney area behind the waist, nourishing that area, warming it, and letting your breath go down into the earth once again. One last breath. Then bringing feet together apart one more time. Soft in the knees. Hands come up to the platter. And then turning and pushing down around the thigh and coming up through center. So a standing version of the same thing that we did towards the beginning of our practice. Taking your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time on each side. And let's make our way back to the chair. Finding your place on the chair, hands on thighs. Coming back into your breathing. One last kidney exercise from qigong to stimulate the kidneys, balance them. Imagine that you have a wheel in front of you. Hands are up above. Bring it over to the side, down in front of your knees, over to one side and up. That ring could be much smaller. Modify the ring to the place that it works for you. Feeling that movement in the back of the waist as you go back around the wheel. One more time around in this direction, finding your own speed, and then around in the opposite direction. Two more times round. Keeping your warm focus in the kidney area, nourishing that area with your own life force. Coming up and around, and hands come down. We're going to end here. Bring your arms out to the side, palms forward, turn head towards one direction and then the other. Turn palms in as you nose comes forward, then opening palms, looking to one side and then the other. Palms come towards the inside, open the palms, nose goes from side to side, and coming back through center. Let's end with 3 breaths, coming into your inner life force, relaxing down through ears and cheeks and neck. Letting the breath come down through shoulders and arms, chest, relaxed in the back of the waist, the front of the abdomen. Finally, letting your breath come down into your legs, softening thighs and calves and the bottoms of the feet. Bringing hands together. May we be healthy. May we be open and spacious in our minds and hearts and bodies. May we be open to the life force. And may the life force be kind to us. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. Be well.